Hello, everyone. This is your old pal, Uncle Al. Today we're featuring, if you can see him, it's called The Underground. This is what happens when you're not technologically savvy. Okay, that's The Underground. I hope you can see that. The Underground. All right. This is what happens when you're not technically savvy. Now, I did promise him I would do the food storage video, my notes. Let's see where I put them. I got too much paper. I usually have everything around here. And yes, I'm back to my old desk. Alright, because Uncle Alan's slow and Uncle Alan's tired. Okay, this is for a simple bucket method. And I gave this list to Dad on YouTube, Western Survival, Just in Time Prepping, Harshman Hill, Chris McVie, and Cheryl Hirsch. Okay, and this is based off of Ragnar Urban Survival Guide by Ragnar Benson. You can find these supplies at a box store like Costco, Walmart, Winco, and thick food stores, restaurant supply stores, or it can be bought on sale. Just transfer into a mylar bag, add an oxygen absorber, seal it, and put it in a food grade bucket. Now, most buckets will hold about 30 to 40 pounds of food. It's a 5-gallon bucket. You could also use a 2-gallon bucket. It works fine, and it's easier to move. Okay, and you can buy these buckets at a large, big chain box store like Lowe's, Tractor Supplies, Home Depot, and Walmart. Okay, you want to start off with 50 pounds of sugar. Okay, you can buy and store, and that'll last for a long term. Next is 3 bags of 50 pounds of canning salt. Buy now and it stores for a long term. Don't get anything exotic and stay away from iodine. You might carry 10 pounds just in case if you live more than 200 miles from the coast. Okay? Now let's see, Brent Goiter. 1 sack, 50-pound sack of flour. That's short term. Be very careful because flour can get rancid and have those little bugs. So you put those in the bags and you load up, I think it's 2 or 3 buckets, and you're safe there. Now, here's the tricky part is, yes, if you stack bucket on top of bucket, the lid will crack. You're supposed to put a piece of plywood between the two, the bucket and the lid, so they could support all the weight of all the buckets. You don't do it one at a time. You separate it. And don't cut out a square piece of plywood and put it on top of the bucket. That doesn't really work. You want to space it out and put your first 3 buckets and 4 across, and you put a sheet of plywood. That's a square. Then you repeat that over and over again, and you should get it about 4 high, I think. Okay, back to this. What was I talking about? 4 40-pound sacks of wheat, 4 of them. Wheat, red hard. Okay, buy now. Store for long term. Note, must have a grinder. Now, a meat grinder, this is a grinder for beans and flours and corn. You name it, it's a grinder. Okay, 5 bags of 20-pound sacks of rice, either jasmine or long grain. Your choice. Buy now. Store to 2 to 3 years and rotate. Okay. Next is 5 25-pound bags of clean and treated lentils. Okay, to buy now and store for long term. 2 25-pound bags of clean chickpeas. All right, buy now, store for long term. 1 15-pound sack of buckwheat. Short term, careful. Buy it before the bed. Because buckwheat is not a natural grain. It's something else, and I can't remember. And you want to buy 1 15-pound sack of oatmeal. All right. It's okay to buy now and store long term. Okay. If you're nervous about the event or what might happen, you could store 3 15-pound bags of oatmeal. You can buy now and store it for a long term. You can buy 1 bag, 15 pounds of soybean. Short term, be careful before the event because this is a live Asian seed. Don't get the American kind. That's hog food and it's a difficult process. You want to get the soybeans that are Asian, Japanese, Korean, Chinese. Reason why? You could make this pea into sprouts. Okay, soybean sprouts. Good for you, a lot of vitamins. That takes care of one thing. Or you could grind it up, make rotten beans like natto or tofu or something like that. Okay, let's see. 10-pound sacks of split pea. Okay to buy now and store for long term. Now the bad thing is about lentils and peas, they're on the endangered list. Some places they don't have that because we had a big run on them. And when you have a big run on 10-pound sacks of split peas and 5 25-pound sacks of clean treated lentils, something's up. So you have to be really careful, kids. Okay, 10 25-pound sacks of assorted dry beans. It's okay to buy now and store for long term. And you want to separate it. Don't mix together. Okay, and then 2 1-gallon jugs of white vinegar, last minute items. These do not keep well in long-term storage. Okay, and 2 1-gallon vegetable oil, last minute item. Fats and oils does not store well in long term. Now, yes, I can store manteca, 5-gallon can of manteca for a year because I have a pantry, but I keep that room right there fairly cool and cold and dark and well ventilated so I don't have that problem. Okay, because fats and oil does not keep well. You can buy manteca in a smaller container, which is possible. They come from 5 gallons, 2.5 gallons, and I think a quart or 2-quart bucket. Okay, so remember that. You want 2 gallons of vegetable oil, 2 gallons of olive oil. These are last minute items, and 1 5-gallon bucket of lard, last minute. And you have to remember, fats and oils do not store well. And if you do storing lard, you have to be really careful and you know what the exact science is. Because a lot of people screw that up. I'll put it underneath the kitchen sink or the hot garage. No, it has to stay cool and dark. Number 1 priority. Okay? 100 pounds of non-fat dried milk. Now, I always recommend short term for it so you get the freshest one, lasts the longest. Or if you get 100 pounds of dried milk, I know they come in sacks, it'll be regular. I prefer non-fat. Non-fat lasts longer, but regular dried milk works fine for short term. Be careful, buy this before the event. All right? All these dry goods are simple and cheap, easy to purchase, easy to store. This is a bare bones list that supplies a family of 4 for 1 year, non-nuclear, assuming assuming some augmentation from fields and a large garden. To buy this much level of eating using MREs, it's too expensive. It's not even funny to joke around with. This does not cover food from the garden or canned goods or other dried foods. This is just a stripped down 5-gallon or 2-gallon, 2.5-gallon bucket, food storage bucket for the basic prepper like the underground, getting used to it. If you have food, okay, and it's not organized. You gotta remember, food is a commodity. You can't get taxed and all the other stuff. See previous videos. And you have to be really careful. It is a commodity. You can't get taxed for it. You have to put insurance on it. Keep a notebook, because a lot of people says, I don't need a notebook. I have my memory and I could do rotation, keep everything fresh. Well, that's fine if it's 1 month, but anything more than that, you're out of luck. Okay? I'll catch you later, boys and girls. This is your old pal, Uncle Al. Now, I wish I had my... let's see. I'm still working on that. Yeah, still working on that. Okay, don't forget my friend Will Patriot. Check out his channel for this 1776 giveaway. Help him out, support him. And remember, the notes again from the last time I talked about this. You want to get a notebook or a spreadsheet or Excel to keep a track of everything. Okay, rotation and donation. You have to remember about food fatigue or food exhaustion. You want to keep receipts for tax purposes, insurance that covers fire, flood, theft, and confiscation. This is important because if you don't have the receipts, how are you going to explain it's food? And you might get a blank check for $200 or $20, whatever the insurance company's willing to pay you. Okay? Bonus knowledge, everybody should have a grinder for seed to make flour. And you should have a grinder to grind meat. Okay, unless you want to be like, meow, and start chopping away, it's not going to be fun. And this is used, the Dutch oven's been used for centuries out in the West as a makeshift oven. Okay, easy as pie. That's all you have to remember. Until next time, please check out the Underground. Check out his channel. Help him out. Tell him Uncle Alan sent you over there. The man who wears these funny hats. I'll catch you later, kids.